in a video that came out a few weeks back in November, actor Dave Sheridan from the Scary Movie franchise was showing off a lot of his props and collectibles and so forth. And of course, the subject of the new Scary Movie came up, Scary Movie 6, which is now in development, and it was recently confirmed that the Wayans brothers are going to be involved once again. And so he's said in this video, and you can see here is the actual video. It's called Scary Movie Props with Dave Sheridan. And he talks quite candidly about what he knows about the new film, which isn't a ton. And I don't know, how reliable his intel on it all is. And he acknowledges that for the most part. But what he does say, and again, this shouldn't come as a huge surprise, but he says that it will, meaning Scary Movie 6, parody the Scream franchise once again heavily, as the original did, as the whole franchise did, having the parody Ghostface, which his character is, and he mentioned some other franchises that he anticipates that they are going to parody as well, and he even mentioned Terrifier, the Terrifier franchise, as one that didn't exist when the last Scary Movie was made, which that raised a lot of eyebrows around here for obvious reasons. And he mentioned the most recent Halloween movies. And again, this video, I'm not going to play it right here, but it's on the channel Crazy Dog 500, and there you can see it's called Scary Movie Props with Dave Sheridan. And so he's talking about essentially the legacy sequels. Of course, Scream did that recently. And prior to that, very much, I would say, inspiring that. Of course, the Halloween franchise did that. The Halloween franchise is kind of the king franchise of requels, going back to Halloween 4 being a requel in some ways, H2O absolutely being a requel, and of course 2018 being a legacy requel, and so Dave Sheridan mentions straight up the most recent Halloween movies, that they would be parodied as well. Now, I've seen other headlines take that and say that Michael Myers, along with Ghostface, is going to be featured in the new movie, a parody Michael Myers. I'm not going to go that far and think that that's the way they're going to go. Partly because of the whole rights thing and everything. How would they go about that? But no, what I think is very viable and realistic, and is probably what's going to happen, in my opinion, judging from these comments. And I think really what he's talking about is, yeah, they will take inspiration from that, and it will still be the goofy Ghostface parody killer most likely, but it will be at the same time, parodying the recent Scream films. But you can't really do that without parodying the recent Halloween films. And I could see the Anna Faris character in the Jamie Lee Curtis role this time. And he even goes so far, Dave Sheridan does in that video, he goes so far as to say that she could be like Jamie Lee Curtis, been preparing this whole time for the killer to come back, and she's got all these traps, but because it's a Scary Movie, she's constantly setting off the traps herself, walking around her house, just doing her daily routines, which sounds exactly like the type of humor that Scary Movie 6 would be prone to deliver. So again, I don't think Michael Myers is going to be in it, or even a parody Michael Myers, but I do think absolutely he's right. I mean, they'd almost be stupid not to to parody that. I mean, because he's saying, what are the biggest events in horror in the last decade or so? Well, you did have Halloween 2018 and the trilogy. Love it or hate it, even. I mean, it's there. And because of that, you've got Scream. And he mentions I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is doing the same thing coming out next year. And then, of course, the original stuff that isn't part of all that. And then he mentions Terrifier, gives Terrifier the call out right there. And what else is bigger than that, you know? Thanksgiving, maybe. I mean, not bigger than that, but you know, um, what as far as made an impact in the last 5 years or so, as much as Art the Clown. I know Art the Clown's been around for a decade, really, but it's really in the last 5 or 6 years, really, that it's become huge. But so, any case, there's that. Now, I invite you to give your take on those comments. First of all, are you looking forward to a new Wayans Brothers scary movie um, parody of the horror genre and the slashers? Do you think? I mean, and obviously with the Art the Clown character, there's so many places they could go with that and just the whole design of that. So, tons of possibilities. Um, I was thinking about it though. I don't remember. I don't remember um, Michael ever being directly parodied in any film, like as far as a character, except for one. And you guys tell me what I'm forgetting or what I'm missing. But let's not forget the great Stan Helsing, where they had parodies of Jason, Freddy, Pinhead, Chucky, and Michael Myers. And it's a Halloween movie. It all takes place on Halloween. And it's hilarious. It's great. It's kind of a scary movie, but post scary movie in a way. I think they were still making the scary movie movies at that time, but it was kind of toward the end of that. But again, took some license from that. So and they had a Michael Myers esque character there with a white mask, and the joke in that one was that his mask was constantly changing facial expressions. Again, similar to what they do in the scary movie. So, anyway, are you a fan of those movies? Are you looking forward to a new one? Do you think they should or should not be parodying Michael Myers, the Halloween trilogy, the Terrifier films, obviously the Scream films? That's a given. They're going to do that. And if you think they should, then let's hear your ideas of how they should and what would be effective.